Today, we are about to embark on a journey into a crisis that is silently impacting lives across every culture and demographic in our modern world, and is often underrecognized, despite its severe health, social, and economic impacts. It is a crisis that undermines our health, erodes our productivity, and dims the very vibrancy of our existence. I am, of course, talking about the global epidemic of sleep deprivation, or aka the sleep loss epidemic. For too long, sleep has been relegated to an afterthought, a luxury, a weakness, or an inconvenience in our relentless pursuit of more. We live in a world that often glorifies busyness, where sacrificing sleep is mistakenly seen as a badge of honor. But what if I told you that this perception is not just misguided, rather dangerous? What if I told you that our collective lack of sleep is not merely a personal struggle, but a public health emergency, a global epidemic with far-reaching consequences that demand our immediate attention and concerted action? There is staggering evidence that points to sleep deprivation as a true global epidemic. Delve into the multifactorial causes that have brought us to this point. Examine the devastating consequences from individual health to societal well-being, and most importantly, discuss actionable strategies, both individual and systemic, that can help us reclaim the restorative power of sleep. First of all, most of experts acknowledge this as a global silent epidemic. So now let's unveil this silent crisis, starting by confronting the uncomfortable truth. Sleep deprivation is no longer an isolated issue affecting a few stressed individuals. It has permeated the fabric of our societies, becoming a widespread chronic condition that merits the title of a global epidemic. The statistics, though alarming, only scratch the surface of the lived experience of millions. Consider this: sleep is essential for sustaining life, with humans spending approximately one-third of their existence asleep. This simple biological fact underscores its fundamental importance. Just think about this. It only takes one bad night of sleep to make the next day a miserable experience, and needing several days to recover. No water or no food for the same amount of time, and life can continue without big further consequences. Worldwide, around one-third of adults do not meet the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep. In the United States alone, roughly one-third of Americans aged 18 and over fail to meet these recommendations, with over 85 million adults sleeping less than 7 hours. This isn't just about feeling a bit tired. It's about an ongoing sleep loss lasting over 3 months, with daytime sleepiness, which officially defines chronic sleep deprivation. This modern epidemic of sleep loss is driven by 21st century lifestyle factors, such as remote work, digital media use, and poor dietary habits. Well, we see a substantial number of older adults in low-income countries experiencing sleep problems. The issue is often underestimated in high-income professionals, where long hours and constant connectivity are glorified. The reality is that chronic sleep loss affects millions across all demographics. What's particularly concerning is that insufficient sleep, often going unnoticed and ignored by politicians and employers. In some cultures, the desire to get a decent night's sleep is even stigmatized as a sign of laziness. There's also a fundamental knowledge gap that makes things worse. There is a lack of understanding about biological mechanisms behind sleep. This lack of awareness, coupled with societal pressures, allows this hidden health crisis to persist. We are living through a grand experiment where an entire generation, and indeed multiple generations, are systematically depriving themselves of a basic human need. The question is, what are the forces driving this pervasive lack of sleep? Before that, we need to understand why sleep is essential and indispensable. It's not merely a period of inactivity, it's an incredibly active and vital process for both our physical and mental restoration. To put it simply, good sleep is associated with good health, physical and mental. Think about the incredible work your brain does while you're asleep. It's not resting, it's actively processing information, consolidating memories, and flushing out metabolic waste products that build up during waking hours. This is why adequate sleep boosts brain power, creativity, and focus. Without sufficient sleep, our cognitive functions diminish, our ability to learn is hampered, and our problem-solving skills dull. Beyond the brain, sleep plays a pivotal role in maintaining the delicate balance of our entire physiological system. It regulates hormones that control everything from our appetite and metabolism to our stress response. For instance, disruptions in sleep can throw off the balance of leptin and ghrelin, the hormones that regulate hunger and satiety, contributing to weight gain. Furthermore, sleep supports immune and muscle health. During deep sleep, our bodies produce cytokines, proteins that combat inflammation and infection. A chronic lack of sleep weakens our immune system, making us more susceptible to colds, flu, and more serious illnesses. For our muscles, sleep is when repair and growth largely occur, vital for recovery from physical activity and maintaining strength. Critically, sleep keeps metabolism in balance. It influences how our bodies process glucose and insulin sensitivity. When sleep is insufficient, our cells become less responsive to insulin, increasing the risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. In essence, sleep is the ultimate maintenance crew for our bodies and minds. It's during these precious hours that our systems reset, repair, and rejuvenate. When we consistently shortchange sleep, we're not just feeling tired, we're actively undermining the very foundations of our health and well-being. Ultimately, prioritizing sleep offers a cascade of benefits that profoundly impact our well-being. From bolstering our physical health and cognitive function to enhancing mood and productivity, adequate rest is not a luxury, but a fundamental pillar of a thriving life. Embracing consistent quality sleep empowers us to navigate daily challenges with greater resilience, creativity, and overall vitality. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Your support is key for us to continue growing and delivering valuable information. And sleep tight.